Stephen, should move just a little bit to the right. What? To the right, a little bit to the right. Just because of that.
Hello, Steve.
Only a little bit.
And it helps his last one,
Found it. Only 8 pages. Just tell me to shush away on the start.
Yeah, as long as the other one.
Easy offended. In the ears now. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Firstly, can you hear me? Yes.
He's drunk!
I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Alex. Obviously the better man, the best man, sorry. David's older twin brother. Just before I start, just one rule. If you've got a mobile phone, can you please make sure that it's switched on and recording David's face? I want to get this later on.
Put it up a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah?
I'd like to thank you all for coming on behalf of David.
Yeah, I'll pass it here, look.
Coming and sharing this wonderful day. Hope you're all enjoying the day so far.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's a light on, that is.
And
lights come on, it's
I must say it's been an emotional day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Even
recording.
the cake's
It is
into
recording. You can see it on there.
As a video, yeah?
Just started, I just started. Did you tell David was nervous? Did you? Tell you, when he was up there, you could. Oh. Good job we were outside. Tell you. Reminded me of his stag do. Firstly, I'd just like to make a toast to the bridesmaids. Amy and Nicola. Raise your glasses to the bridesmaids. How beautiful they look. And to the ushers, how beautiful they look over there. The ushers. And also Lee the groomsman. You don't look too bad, really. To Lee. Hey.
I told you we were getting into it already.
Even though they all look so beautiful today, I'm sure that you all agree that this day definitely belongs to our beautiful bride, the new Mrs. Duggan. The new Mrs. Duggan! Cheers. Cheers, pal. Now, on to the best bit. The part that you've all been waiting for.
Apart from David.
Apart from David. Some people say the best man's speech is a puberty part of the wedding breakfast. Because after this, things start to get a bit hairy. It's my duty, as the best man, to give David the most uncomfortable 5 minutes of his life. So, just to make things a little bit fairer, David told me earlier that the most uncomfortable 5 minutes of Sarah's life will be later on in a hotel room. Sarah don't get that, it's alright. Right. Going on to how I met David.
Oh, man!
It was around 31 years ago when I met David.
And the rest?
It was very dark. And warm. A little bit wet. That's why I was freestyling, that's why it was up there. And it was to be the night of our greatest victory. Been sent on a mission from our dad. Through the ranks. the swimming race. It wasn't just any race. It was me and David against millions. It's fair to say we came joint first place. After around 7.5 months, it was time to leave the warm, dark, wet place. You may wonder why only 7.5 months. The fact is, myself and David both came prematurely. Sorry. Sadly for Sarah, David continues to do it. I've got to sit down. It's a good speech. As myself and David were growing up, we were quite competitive. We used to fight a lot and practice our karate. It did get quite bad. Actually got to a stage where Mum and Dad didn't know what to do to stop us fighting. So in the end, they just thought, that's it. They just told us, look, Alex, will you please stop beating up your brother? He's drunk. Just shouting, can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear him, could ya? Being falling asleep, I was. No, seriously. David is the best twin brother I've got. In fact, he could brighten up anyone's day by simply saying bye. Right, on to the next part, right? I was going to talk about some of the situations that David has got himself in through over the years. But sadly, I've been given strict instructions that if I did, I wouldn't be allowed to be his best man ever again. So, I'm not allowed to tell you about the time our dad caught David in the back of his work van reading the Daily Sport. Apparently, he was only looking at the pictures. You didn't know that, did you? He's the dirty boy. And I'm also not allowed to tell you about the story when Gary, ask Gary about this one, caught David bending over in the kitchen with his thong hanging out. Yeah, no, Uncle John, where's Uncle John? Yeah, he bought us some joke presents for Christmas. This is, I'm freestyling again. He bought us a joke present, some thongs, posing pay, remember? And they all went missing. A few weeks later, getting the plates out of the cupboard, there's a whale tail on there. Whale tail? Gary, ask Gary, he got the pictures. And there's one definite. No talking about David's stag do. Didn't we all have a good night, didn't we, lads, eh?
Yeah.
Good night, wasn't it, yeah? And that was after we finally found David passed out in the girls' toilets at an ice bar on Bridge Street. Safe to say, his night was a bit shit. Right, now comes to the part we'll talk about some of David's ex-girlfriends. Right. I tried to contact a few of them to come to see if they'd come today to embarrass him a little bit more. But sadly, due to BSE and the foot and mouth outbreak, they've all been put down. So I'm sorry about that, sorry. Sarah likes that one. That's the first time she's that, look. Don't know what page I'm on, next page. And as the best man, I have to think about everything. as I know, probably all the lads know as well, David can't handle his drink. So to help him out later on, I bought him some Viagra. If nothing else, it'll stop him rolling out of bed. Getting serious now. Nearly time to go home, here we go. On a serious note, I would just like to wish David and Sarah all the best for their future together. As you go through life, remember to always love each other, respect each other, and be there for each other. Never forget to say I'm sorry when you've messed up, and never go to bed angry. Clap if you like, yeah.
Take your own advice.
Now, I've been married for a year and a half, and I'm sure all the other married couples will agree that that's a load of old shit. It's just a formality, isn't it? Something to get you started. I think me and Joe lasted about 3 months, didn't we, Joe?
3 months, she says.
Yeah. However, one of those rules will always apply. Never forget to say I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that rule only applies to the groom. In fact, it's something that you actually used to, don't you, lads? So, Joe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this speech. And I'm sorry for the state I'm going to be in tomorrow morning. Do we mean it?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah, of course we do. Right, just one more thing. Oh, yeah, sorry. I've got David a little... Because he got me some cufflinks. Look at that. Best man. Me. Hey. So I'll get you a little present. For as it's the Olympic year...